Hey all of you, hope you guys are great. So this is the last video of our project. In this video we're going to work on our API page sections and we'll provide couple of information to the user who wants to use our API endpoints. So this is where we left in the last video. Things are looking pretty beautiful. You can click and you can redirect to the detailed page and you can able to have all the information about the images. You can see everything is looking fine. Things are looking good. You can simply click on logout and we are log out from this application, and we have this login and logout sign up function. You can pass your credential and you can log into the application. So let's pass $Gmail and the password and click on login, and we are logged into the application. So it looks pretty good. All the functions are working absolutely fine. And now we have to work on our API section. So log out from the application and things looks good. Let's come back to the VS Code, and now we're going to start working on our last page, API page. Come back to the pages, and here we're going to start working on next API. So we have done with the index. Now we will work on the NFT API. So first we have to start working on importing couple of things from React. So we'll say import React use state. Then we have to do the internal import. We have to import the header, footer, notifications, logo, and that's coming from components. Then we have to import the use context, and that's coming from NFTs. Then we have to build our NFTs API component page. We need to take couple of state variable. So we'll take this loading, and that's coming from our context. Then we'll take this notification. It will be by default empty. Then we have to display the endpoints information. So we're going to do it on the base of array. So we'll say API endpoints, and first we'll provide the information. We'll say title, so get all NFT. In the description we'll provide, so we'll say welcome to NFT API, access to all the NFTs uploaded to IPFS by following the mentioned step down below. And the method they want to call is get, and this is the endpoint on which they have to make the call. So right now we are doing on localhost, so that's why you can see this is the endpoint we have built. But when you will deploy an API on any server or any domain, that's the URL you have to provide. Instead of localhost, you have to give that domain name. So this is the first endpoint I have for get all. Let's build the other 4 endpoints. So we'll take get single, and it will be have the description. So we'll say single NFT API endpoint get access to single NFT uploaded to IPFS by following the mentioned steps down below. The method would be the get, and they have to make a request on this particular endpoint. Then we have to make a create one. So we'll say create image upload. This is the descriptions we have to give. So we'll say this endpoints will allow you to make post request on the server to upload the image. Method post, and the endpoint is this. So that's the create one, and now we have to do the authentication. So for logging, so we'll say title login endpoint. The description we have to give, we'll say allow user to use the NFT API authentication to log user in. Method post, because they have to send the data, and the endpoint is this user login, and close this one. And now we have one more for the sign up. So we'll say title sign up endpoint. Description, we'll say allow API user to use the NFT API for creating account to sign up user. Method post, endpoint, instead of login we have to say sign up. And that's the all 5 endpoints we have. Now we have to work on the JSX. We'll take a class home. Then we have to take the header, in that we have to send the props. So we'll come down. We have to take a div. It will have a class called header. Inside that we have to take this h1. We'll say how to use NFT API. Then we'll take a div, close that one. Then we'll take a div. It will have a class called API body. we'll have the API endpoint, and we're going to simply loop over that. So we'll take this div, it will have a class called API left. We'll say header 3, it will have the class and it will have the title of the API. Then we'll take the paragraph, we'll display the description. Then we'll take the paragraph and display the method, and then we'll display the endpoints data. Now simply close the div and close the div, dynamic block, and close the div. Looks pretty fine. And here we have to display our footer component, and here we have to display our notification. Looks good. If it's empty, then we don't want to display, but if we have notification information, then we have to display, and then we have to send the props to notification and set notification. Looks good. And we have to simply close that one. Display the loader. It will have a div, and we have to assign a class to loader, and in that we have to call our logo component. Close this one and close this one. Close the div, and we have to export this particular page. So that looks pretty awesome. We are done. That looks good. You can see this is the React import, this is the internal imports, this is the state variable, and this is the endpoint data we have. All of these 6 data we have taken. This is for get all. Then we have the JSX, we have the header, we have the information, and we have the component. Looks good. This is the notification and the loader. Pretty good. Now we can test this out. So we can come back to the browser, and if you click on this, it will take you to the API, reload the browser, and here we are. Boom. You can see all of the data is displaying fine, and that's the power of using utility classes. So we have all of this, how to use API endpoints. So we have this information, the endpoints, they can simply call that one. So get all NFT, get single one, create upload, login endpoint, and user endpoint sign up. Looks pretty good. So come here, this is the style. So this is the all the classes we have applied. So title, API body, and all the pages. Looks absolutely good. So hope this is, I think, making sense. You come back to the home, and you can see this one is looking fine. This one is absolutely fine. Come back, you can log out from the application, and here you are. You can simply log out from the MetaMask and reload the browser. Things looks pretty good. No issues we have in our project. Everything is working fine. You can click on the button, you can log in, you can click on the sign up, and you can create your account. So let's create an account called Schwab@gmail.com. And many of you have asked me that who is Schwab. So Schwab is my little angel, my younger brother. And let me copy the email from there, and I have to give the name Schwab by, and I can type the email schwab@gmail.com. Let's give the password, confirm password, and click on the sign up. And here we have created our account, so we are logged. You can click and you can log out, and you can click on login. So this login logout functionalities are working absolutely fine. Let me give the email ID, and you can give the password and click on login, and here we are logged into the application. So it's working fine. If you click on this connect, you can pass the password, and I give the wrong password, so let me give the right one. So let me type it, click on unlock, and here we are logged into the application. If you click on this, you will have all of this information. So let's change the address of the user from the profile. So cut this one, come back to the profile component, and instead of hardcode data, we have to display the actual user address. So let's take the address, copy that one, and that's what we have to do. Remove this one and simply uncomment this one, and this will display the actual address of the user. And here we have the address. Let's give this ... Looks fine. We have the address. Okay, things are fine to me. No issues we have so far. You can able to filter, copy the address, and you can paste here. You can filter that. We are easily filtering the data, that's also working fine. You can come back, you can copy this particular address, paste here, and the filter is also working. We can able to filter the NFTs image based on the address. Click on this copy and we can paste here, we can copy that. So this is also looking fine. You can click on this recent and we are on the recent. This looks pretty fine and we have this footer. So all of the functions are looking absolutely fine here. Let's come here and let's click on this. Let's create one more to check that uploading is happening. Click on this image or this one, the funny one. I really like this one. Let's give the name shocking man funny and come back to the blockchain coder. Here you will find the entire source code, complete code and the starter file, so you can come and get it from here if you're stuck anywhere. So copy this dummy text. I'll come back, paste here and give the email ID, pick the category, click on create, and here we are loading. Just a moment and this will happen very quickly. And here we have the MetaMask pop-up. Click on confirm and here we are making the transaction both in the contract and in the backend API. So it's taking a little bit time, just a moment. The transaction will complete very soon and here we have completed the transaction and here you will find the image you have uploaded. So this is the one you have uploaded. You can get it to the recent and here you have that one. Looks pretty fine. If you click on that, it will take you to the image detail and we are on the 4. You can see shocking man funny, all of the informations. You can come back and you can click on this woman and here we have. So we have not donated any font, 0, and in this we have donated a couple of amount. So I guess I'm not sure about it. You can see this much amount we have donated to this particular user. So our router is also working, all the image data is also working fine and looks fine to me. Now everything's working. This is the cart component. You can click and you can copy, no issues we have in that. Now you can simply copy the image URL from here, you can download it. Okay, click one more time and here you have downloaded. Okay, so the image you have also downloaded. Things look good. Close this one. Now you can donate the fund. So let's donate a couple of fund. So I'll go with very small number, 7. Click on donate. It's going to make the transaction. This much amount we are donating. Click on confirm and the donation is happening. It's reloading. Just a moment. This donation will complete very soon. And here we have successfully donated the fund and the page is reload. We are fetching the information and you can see this is much amount of money we have donated to this particular image. Come to the API endpoint. All of this endpoint is looking fine. Now you can simply take this particular endpoint, copy the endpoint, come on, copy this one, simply come back to the browser and you can make a request on the browser. Hit request. You can see all the NFT we have got it from our database. Looks pretty fine. Success, each NFT has the ID, all the things looks good. If you come back to the postman, if you make a request, here you will find all the folds we have created, all the NFTs. Looks fine. Now close this one, and here you are in the database. You can come to the NFT section, reload the browser, and you will find all the NFTs are also stored in the database. So we have for all of this. You can find all the users have created their account. So swap buy is there, dollar is there. Looks pretty good. And this is the single one. You can take this particular endpoint, pass the ID, and it will give you the single NFT. So copy that one, come back here, paste here, and let's come back here and let me get the ID. So this is the user information. Let's come back to the NFT and let's get the ID, one of the ID. So this is the ID. Let's get the ID, copy, paste here, and pass here. So you can see all of this thing. And again, I'm telling you, if you really want to learn more about this API development in advance, then make sure to cover this complete API course. We have close to 13 hours. In that, I have explained you almost advanced level, the actual real world project we have built. And that we have talked about the multiple endpoints. In this we have talked about only 3 to 4 endpoints, and we have built a very basic logic. But in the API course we have built the advanced one. So if you build that one, you are ready to work in a web2 sector and building any kind of a backend for any type of application. So I must tell you that once you complete this project, you have to take the API complete course, which is absolutely free. Is there on the our channel, so make sure to follow that. That will teach you amazingly everything about the API development. Okay, right now we have to paste this ID to get the individual one, but you can easily able to filter the entire data based on the name, based on the user, based on the slug URL. All of the things I have covered extensively with higher security aspect as well. So things looks pretty fine. We have all of this data about this. So you can able to find the image URL, simply copy the URL and you can paste here and you make a request. This is the image. Close this one, and here we are back. So looks pretty good. You can work out it and come to the expect element. It's 100% responsive for mobile devices. You can see that. You can see 100% responsive. No issues we have. Animations, everything working fine. You can click and you can select the image of your choice which you want, and here we have that. Looks pretty good. That looks good. This is the disconnect and connect. You can click, and this is the pop-up model we have. Looks good. Then we have the filter. You can take the recent, click on the recent one, and here we have the recent one. So laughing man. Copy the URL. Notification is also displaying fine. Looks good. The address is also getting copy. Image is also getting copy. Animations are also working absolutely fine. We have all of the footers. This looks pretty good. No issues so far. Things are looking pretty good to me. And if we come back here in the URL, you can simply go to different pages. So let's click, and here we are in the detail page. You can see the detail page is absolutely fine. We are fetching that. We have this images, the information about the baby and all the ID, all the information, and here we have that one. So it will open the donate pop-up. You can copy that one. You can simply download it, and we have this one as well. All of this one. Click and you can able to get the images. So the router, everything is working fine. You can see that. Looks pretty good. All of the informations are there. Now we can come back here, go to the, let's say, API, and here we can see this section is also looks pretty fine. Beautiful. We have the nice background gradient color on the text and looks incredible. Well, you can log out and you can click on this login. You can pass the credential. You can see it looks pretty fine. Click on the sign up. You can sign up. You can toggle it from login to sign up and sign up to login. Login. You can go to the closest one, and same thing you can do there. So let's log in. I'll say Schwab gmail.com. We'll take the pass and hit login, and here we are into our page. So that looks pretty good. Close this one, and things are looking good to me. So we have tested every single functionality, and you can see every single thing is working absolutely fine. We have no issues in our project. It's absolutely ready for deployment and making business out of it. So we can easily able to filter. All of the things are working fine. I'm really liking the UI part. Let's come back here in the code, close this one, and now let's push this entire code to GitHub. So what I will do, I'll open up my terminal and I'm going to stop the application from running. And now let's push this code to GitHub. Delete this one and delete this one. And what I will do is, now we have to come here. Here we have the Now we have to initialize get because we have to push the code to GitHub. So we'll say get init. Then we have to say get add dot, hit enter. Now we have to come back to the GitHub and we have to create a new repository. Click on this repository. I have a lot of repository. Click on new. You can call whatever you want. And I'll say NFT / API / live. It will be a private one. Make sure to keep it as private and click on creating repository. And here we have the repository. Now we have to simply copy this command and paste here. So simply live NFT API code. Hit enter. Then we have to get the branch. Paste here, hit enter. Then we have to get the URL. Paste and hit enter. Then we have to get the origin, push, and this will push the entire code. You can see it's pushing, and this will take a little bit time, but in my case happened very quickly because I have a super fast internet depending on your code as well sometime. So we have successfully deployed the entire code to GitHub, and if you come back to the GitHub and if you reload the page, here you will find the entire code. So here we have the entire source code in our GitHub, and with that we are done with this complete project. So you guys have learned something amazing in this project. I believe you know how to write smart contract, how to build front end, how to build API backend, how to provide endpoints for the API so the user can call in their application. So we have covered tons of things, and I believe that you have learned so many new things in this project. And if so, then do let me know in the comment section that you guys have learned amazing. Yes, I got very good idea how to build project, and let me know in the comment section that you like this project. And if you are new to my channel, hit like and subscribe. That will motivate me a lot to bring more courses. And again, I'm telling you that the starter file and the final codes are given in the description. So click on the link and get the source code if you have encountered any error. With that, I'm ending this video, and maybe in the future videos, like future video, I will make a separate tutorial. In that I will show you that how you can deploy this particular application. Be like after 2 weeks I'm going to make another video, and that you guys will have idea that how you can deploy this when you have a server running in your application. With that, I'm ending this video. Hope you guys have enjoyed and hope you guys have learned. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.